Hello everybody, it's Jeanette from Thermogroovers. Welcome to my Thursday night live. It is March the 6th and I want to give a shout out to all of those people in Queensland that are getting ready for Cyclone Alfred. Big hugs to all of you out there. Been thinking of a lot of you because there's a lot of people that join me each week that live up in Queensland. So big thought for you guys getting ready for Cyclone Alfred. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's have some fun together. Things have probably been a bit busy for those up in Queensland. So let's have a little bit of fun together. Now, who have I got on tonight? Hello, Liana. Nice to see you on. And Lynn. Welcome, welcome. Lynn, did you have fun shopping on the mix shop the other day? I never ever go in to see what everyone buys on the mix shop, but I do get a notification. Sometimes I see them and sometimes I don't. So, hey Kathy, first time live for a while. Well, welcome back. Haven't seen you on for a bit. Life gets a little bit busy, doesn't it? Hey Sharon, good to see you too. And Shauna, I haven't opened my parcel yet. I want to do it when Amy's here. So, thank you. Hi Lynette, good to see you too. Okay, I can see you all coming into the room now. Bang, I'm a little bit late, aren't I? Tracy, you're going to watch the live instead of the catch-up. Go you. Happy Thursday to everybody. Yes, Tracy, been thinking about you guys up there with that crazy cyclone coming. So, I mean, it's not the best thing to face. What do you do about it? There's not much you can do about it other than get yourself prepared. So, yes, Michelle, you can definitely name me as your consultant. Absolutely. That's entirely up to each of you. Whenever you go shopping on the mix shop, you can nominate whomever you like. You can stick with the one person or you can change it if ever you need to. It's entirely up to you. It's called customer choice. Hi, Carol Ann. Nice to see you on as well. Hey, Caitlin. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Has it been hot down the west coast today? I reckon. It's 26 degrees in my lounge room. Crazy. All right, let's get on with it. Good to see you, Raylene. You always say hello to the fellow groovers. I love how you do that. Louise, please stay safe up there on the Goldie. You cooked up a storm in readiness for the cyclone. Love that. Good thing you've got your thermi. You can do doomsday prepping. That's what they call it, don't they? All right, what am I making tonight? Sweet and sour pork meatballs. I haven't done this one yet. So for those watching for the first time, this is out of my second cookbook. Woohoo! This is what it is. You can't read it, it's back to front. It's called Way More for Your Family. And, you know, I like to put a little bit of pun on things. So the whey comes from the yogurt. I've got milk over there. Oh, was there? Oh, no, it's there. I've got some milk to denature shortly, ready to put another batch of vanilla yogurt on. So I'm going to do that at the end of tonight's live. Yay! And Heather, yes, I just replied to your email. We're going to catch up. So hopefully we can catch up tomorrow. And I look forward to that. That's really cool. Okay, what am I doing? Let's get started. I've got the thermos turned on. Right, so this recipe is a recipe that you bake in the oven. So a lot of you would see that from my recipes, a lot of them bake in the oven, especially the main meals. So the reason I like to do that is so it frees your Thermomix up to then do some steamed greens with it or, you know, cook some pasta or do some rice or something. So I like throwing things into the oven and forgetting about them, right? It's a bit like putting things into your washing machine. Shut the lid and then it tells you when it's ready, right? So I really love that. So that's what we're going to do tonight with the pork meatballs. So this uses 1 kilogram of pork. Now someone asked me, can they use chicken? Absolutely, you can use chicken. Hey Janet, good to see you too. Hi Jody. Hi Brittany. Brittany, I haven't seen you on for a bit. Hi Greg. All right, so I've got all my pork mince ready to go. It's 1 kilo. It makes a lot of balls, right? So the dish I'm using is this one. This is my Maggie Beer dish. I used this the other week for the risotto meatballs. It's just a really good size and it's nice and deep. So just make sure you've got a deep enough dish so that when you put the sauce on and it starts splattering in the oven, it doesn't sort of go everywhere. You want something that's generous in depth, okay? You can do that. The other thing you can also do is put this into a fry pan and you can put the lid on it and use your fry pan like a little oven. So you can also do that as well. Or if you want to wash lemons, put them in the washing machine, Tracy. Yes. You haven't forgotten that. All right. Raylene, you're looking forward to doing this one. awesome. The sweet and sour sauce, wah, so good. I could drink it. All right, let's get started with it. Now, the best thing to do is to do the meatballs first, right? Don't skip into the sauce first, because whilst the sauce is cooking, you can roll the meatballs, and I've got that listed in the recipe as well. So let's get started with it. Now, this has a Granny Smith apple in it, and you leave the skin on, right? You don't take the skin off. It's good fibre. So that all goes into the Thermomix. So I've got some spring onion and some apple. What else have I got in there to go in there? Oh no, these ones go in shortly, right? And there's no thickening agent in this. Like, there's nothing that binds the meatballs together. There's no gluten in the recipe, so they're gluten-free, especially if you use corn flour in the sauce, which is gluten-free. Rightio, let's give this a bit of a chop, right? Give that a bit of a whiz. And I've put the spring onion in it because it's just a little bit sweeter. But if you don't have spring onion, you can use regular onion. But the green looks really nice in the meatballs, right? I could probably chop that up a little bit more. Let me do that. I'm a bit hoppy today. I've been on the road. I did a road trip. Down to Hobart and went to see the comedian Sarah Millican. Has anyone seen her before? Does anyone follow her on Facebook, Instagram? She's hilarious. I mean, if you like my humour, you would love her humour. She is hilarious. I reckon I laughed for a solid 2 hours. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I'm not drinking tonight, Brittany. That's tomorrow night, because, you know, I don't want to come across as if I have a problem. Now, we don't forget to eat the egg sandwich from the 7th of the... oh my gosh, I've missed something there. We don't forget to eat the egg sandwich from the 7th of the 11th. I can't even remember that, Michelle. Oh, all right, let's put the rest of this in. We've got an egg, and we've got a little bit of soy, and what else have I got in there? I've got to stop and think now. I've put it in there and I'm like, what is that? What is that? Oh yeah, that's a bit of pepper and salt. That's all it is. Right, that goes in. And a bit of soy and some chicken stock. If you haven't got the chicken stock paste, actually, how many of you make that? I think I've asked this before, but I like to have vegetable stock paste and chicken stock paste on. Now, you made these last week, Anne-Marie, and they were delicious. They freeze really well. They do. And from what you guys have known from my recipes, they are large recipes. Now, the reason they're large is because I like to have leftovers that I can freeze, or my husband can take to work, and we can have again once in the week or twice in the week. Yay. Okay. You do, Bridget. Yes, I know you do. You do as well, Jodie. Stock paste is a staple. Love it. Greg, you hate turning the meatballs to cook. You don't have to worry about turning the meatballs. You just pop them in the oven, cover them with sauce, this recipe, Greg. So hop onto it. There's no yogurt in this one either. Kathy, you make both of the stocks. Awesome. That's good. If you're not making the stocks, I don't want to make you feel bad. But pull your finger out and make it. Because it's totally worth it. I'll just mix those wet ingredients through. Now, once that's done, we use this method of where we set the kneading function and we drop the mince in through the hole, and that kneads the mince in with the wet ingredient. So if you're making rissoles in your Thermomix, use this method that I have in my book, because it's just a Jeanette thing. It's what I've done forever. Now, I'm going to have a problem with the new TM7 because you can't feed ingredients through the hole, but I'm hoping I can take the lid off and still use the function and pop it in with the lid open. So I don't know a lot about it yet, but I'm getting an eager beaver. Oh, hang on, I better put the kneading function on. There we go. So use up all the time to put the mince in. Right, and particularly when the blade's moving. Right, put it on top of the blade when it's moving. We'll just throw it all in. Now, this is mince I've got from the butcher shop. I haven't minced my own pork. I tend not to mince my own pork because we don't actually eat heaps of it, but chicken I do. But you can mince your own pork if you want to, and you just use the same method as how I've explained it with the chicken, with the risotto meatballs. All right, so we're just putting it through the hole. There we go. So this is how I do my hamburgers all the time, and this is how I do the hokey pokey sausage rolls out of my first book, Way More Than a Yogurt Recipe. So how many of you have got both books? I know some of you have got both. Some have got one. Some have got the original one. Some people only have the new one. Hey, Rhonda, you're a little bit late, are you? Oh, no, you're not. You're just saying you better make them. Yes, you had better make it, Rhonda. The stock paste, right? And you don't make yours either. Come on, girls. Come on. Now, you do a double batch, Jodie. Smart thinking. One jar is in the fridge and the rest is in the freezer. I love it. I love doing it once and using it twice. It's the best way. It's a really smart way to operate in the kitchen. I've got a bit of a mess there. All right, so that's doing its thing. I'm going to tip this out in a second, back into the bowl. So I'll just use this bowl that I got the meat out of. And then they'll be ready to roll. And then all we have to do is make the sauce, right? Vera, you've got both as well. Definitely both. Love it. Excellent. Woohoo, you've got both. Awesome. Yay. You make veggie, not chicken. Greg, give the chicken a go. It's got this delicious flavour to it. And when you put all your spices, like the coriander in there and the cloves and the bay leaves, pimp it up a bit. Like, don't be, I was about to say, don't be a pussy. don't be shy. I've been to the comedy fest, like the comedy shows. So I'm still talking like I'm listening to Sarah Millican. Sorry, Greg. Don't be shy. Put some extra in, right? And it'll flavour it up a lot more. So when I say extra, when it comes to coriander seeds, like I would put all of those in. Now, some people don't like coriander. The seeds don't taste like the foliage, right? These taste completely different. So I would put all of these in, and it says 5 in the recipe. Christine, you definitely have both stock paste. Awesome. Yeah, it did rub off on me, the humour. Oh, look, it was just hilarious. And when it comes to cloves, it says 1 clove, 1 whole clove. I put in like 4. So 4 or 5. Pimp it up a little bit. Your stock will thank you for it, and the flavour of the food is even better because, it's going to be diluted when you put the water in it. So it doesn't matter. Rightio, there's the meat all mixed through. Now, the benefit of doing the kneading function is it doesn't change the texture of the meat too much. And that's something that I found over time was if you're mixing things through on a higher speed to get things combined, often it changes the texture of the meat. And so I do it this way so it doesn't change the texture of the meat too much. That's just a personal preference thing from me. All right. Now, what you can do with this, if you wanted to, you could freeze half this mixture and do a half batch of the balls if you want to. But I suggest making the whole lot and freezing them already cooked. Or what you could do is freeze them in a foil tray, right? So the balls are not cooked and you've got the sauce on top and you've got all the veggies in there. And then you can pop that in the freezer and then you can just pull it out and put it into the oven and then bake them, right? Right, we'll just give this a little bit of a dry spin. Flick off the meat. There we go. And we'll scrape that out. And then we'll start rolling them. All right. Now this makes about 40 meatballs. And Gail, bless her cotton socks, Gail Woodgate, she would weigh them and they're about 35 grams each. I think I even put that in the book. Yeah. And that's for those people with their level of detail that they need, so that's good. Yeah, we're rolling balls again. I've already put the onion in. Last time I forgot to put the risotto in. But anyway, now I don't wash the bowl out. I just keep going, right? So what have I got to go in there next? Where is my ginger? Here it is here. Right. So this has quite a bit of ginger in it. I put the ginger in the sauce. I don't put the ginger in the meatballs. And the reason I do that is because I think the flavour's nicer in the sauce than what it is in actual balls. We know you love detail, Lee. Oh, awesome, Lynette. You did that the other day and you made meatloaf and put hellish relish in it. Oh, very good. That's good. Awesome. You guys are picking it up. Or chuck the leftover in pastry and you get sausage rolls at the same time. Kirsty, you are the magician when it comes to thinking of different ways to use my recipes. I love it. All right, let's get on with making the sauce. So I'm just going to put the ginger in. Now this has been frozen. So if you're not freezing your ginger into pieces like this, start doing it. I generally cut them up so that I can put them directly into the Thermomix when they're frozen. And I just slice it. I don't peel it. I just give it a good wash. And then once they're defrosted, or even when they're frozen, like they actually chop up better when they're frozen. But these have defrosted, these pieces. You can see, you can actually squeeze the liquid out of them. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is drop it onto a running blade so that the ginger doesn't stick to the outside of the bowl, right? So I'll just turn the blade up, and then all I'm going to do is just drop it onto the blade. Ta-da! And then the ginger doesn't stick to the outside of the bowl. Yep. Good to see you too, Michelle. You've not been around for a little while. I've been to Adelaide. I would have loved to have caught up with everyone in Adelaide. I was lucky enough to catch up with Rhiannon in Adelaide. She came to the airport to see me before I actually flew home. That was really nice. All right, there's one little piece that didn't quite get chopped. So it'll get chopped up in a second though when I do the sauce. There we go. There we are. It's done. You can hear it sort of starts to do that thing. All right, so now we've done that, I'm just going to put all the reserved ingredients that I've got. I just put it in a big jug. You can see I've got layers in there. Corn flour, vinegar, water, chicken stock. I just weigh it on top of the Thermomix and put everything in. It's the easiest way to do it, right? Now, Jodie, you freeze your ginger. You use the cutter on thick mode and it's brilliant. Go you. I usually like to buy the ginger when it's on sale because clearly we save a lot more money. So using your cutter, that's a great idea, Jodie. Oh God, I've slopped that everywhere. Right now, I'm just stirring the corn flour off the bottom because that's been sitting there for a little bit. And then I'm just going to pop it all into the Thermomix. Now this has got the juice of the pineapple in here as well. Seriously, what do I do about that? We just clean it up. Right. How did that happen? I'm fumbling tonight. Rightio. Let me pick it up. Oh, the old body's a bit stiff. Rightio. Let's get another tool for the job and I'll just clean that up. There we go. I'll do a proper clean after. Ta-da! Done. Moving on. Moving on. All right, that's all in there. I'm just going to put some tomato paste in there. I haven't got any secret sauce at the moment. Sacrilege. No secret sauce. Good to see you, Janelle. You're on Cyclo Watch. Oh, but you made some apple and cinnamon muffins this week. Good. I'm pleased you've got food ready to go. Oh, Michelle, you knew I was in Adelaide. I didn't have enough time to do all the other extras that I wanted to do because I went on a girls' trip. Had a really good time. I was tired when I got home. I was very busy. I think I was busy talking a lot. All right, we'll put this tomato paste in. You can use your secret sauce instead of the tomato paste. Now, if you're not sure on what else to use the secret sauce for, someone did ask the other day, I think Natalie asked the other day in our group. If you're not in the community group, head to Facebook and type in "We Cook Way More Than a Yogurt Recipe." That's the name of our group, right? That's the Thermogroovers community group. Renee, you definitely need to get the book. This recipe my mum used to always make sweet and sour sauce. She used to cater for functions before she started cooking in the pub. And we used to work in the kitchen. Well, she made us work in the kitchen with her. I mean, why wouldn't we? I mean, we used to have fun. So, and so this sweet and sour sauce is kind of sort of like mum's because I knew what she used to put in it, the combination. I mean, sweet and sour is a combination. There we go. All right, so I've got that one turned up. Let me just see. I have, yep, measuring cup on. The low 90s, so you can leave your measuring cup on. Let's roll the balls, right? Nicole, ding dong, it's Thursday. Now you're joining all the Cyclone Watch people who made the sourdough bread today. Brilliant cake, go you. Well done. Let me know next time you're coming. I will, Michelle. We can catch up. I did enjoy Adelaide. I loved the Maggie beer experience. I didn't talk about that last week when I came on. I was too busy talking about other things. So, all right, here we have some seeds prepped for the super seedy sourdough bread. And so I bag up the seeds like this so I can just grab them out and just plonk them in the Thermomix. So keep your bags, right? So I put the linseed in one because we've got to crack that first. So we just give that a bit of a whiz. And then I'm going to weigh some more back in there. So you can do up like 3 or 4 bags and then it just makes it so much quicker and easier. Excuse me, Rex. You're not supposed to be doing that. Excuse us, buddy. He's deaf. He can't even hear me. We let you do anything these days, don't we? Because you're old. You're nearly 15. Yes. All right, let's give this a crack. And then, oh, I'll go a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to put in some water and the rest of the seeds and give them a little bit of a chop, a bit of the water, and then we'll set these aside and they can soak up the rest of the water. So that's just a quick way of doing the super seedy sourdough. And then you don't have to get all of your ingredients out of the cupboard to weigh in the seeds, right? There we have it. And that has the delicious millet in it, which gives the bread a really nice texture. Hello, Shari. You're in Gisborne. What's the weather like in Gisborne? Is it hot, hot, hot? Hot, hot, hot. I'm sure it is. It is, Anna. It just saves you so much time. It's worth doing. So just, spend 15 minutes weighing things on your Thermomix and putting them into bags. And then you can just go plop, 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 plop. You can see how much quicker it was just watching me do it, right? Yes, Lee, cooking is my love language. Rhiannon gave this to me. Rhiannon and Aubrey gave it to me for my birthday. And I think it's perfect. How many of you feel that cooking is your love language? I know a lot of people would say eating is my love language. I mean, I have multiple love languages. Do many of you know about the love languages? It's really quite interesting. It helps you understand people better, especially your family and your children. All right, let's put in the rest of the water. And we're going to put in some sugar and some yeast. We'll activate that. Bingo, bingo. Just a couple of minutes. Nice gentle temperature. Now I know a lot of you keep your yeast in the fridge or the freezer. I always keep mine in the fridge, never in the freezer. Well, it keeps it all right in the freezer here, in the fridge here, but in some places you keep it in the freezer. So if you're not keeping your yeast in a cool place, there you go. There's your reminder, right? Absolutely, Lee. You believe it's yours. Oh, Lynn, you believe it's yours as well. Yours is both, Nicole. Love language is, cooking's your love language and eating's your love language. Oh, Dee, you made the super seedy sourdough and it was delicious. Doesn't it make yummy toast as well? Oh, it's so delicious and crunchy. Right, I need to get on with the balls. I've got 5 minutes to do the balls. Right. So, I've got my capsicum and carrots all cut up. I'm just going to put a few carrots in the bottom, right, and then I'll put some more on top. So now we just got to get rolling, and oil your hands if you feel like you need to. You can use oil or water. So I'm just going to size these up. Let me just weigh one so I can bring the scales up. I can just sit it on the handle. Oh no, that's double the size, right? I'll just sit it on the handle. That's a little bit big. So the size of these, how we determined how big to make them was you could put it in your mouth. One meatball should just fit in your mouth. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're rolling them, or just cut them in half with a fork. Oh, I don't think I had that on long enough. Just 1 second. Let me just have a look. No, I didn't have that long enough. Let's put it on a little bit longer. There we go. All right, back to rolling. Here we go. Let's see how long this takes me. I've got the timer. I've got 4 minutes to do them. Now, my husband loves these. If you don't want to do the meatballs and you want to use the sweet and sour sauce, what I suggest that you do, even if you've got, you know, your Woolies or your Coles roast chicken, you can do the prep with the veggies, and then you can put some of the chicken in the baking dish with the veggies, and then pour the sauce over the top, and do it like that if you want to. Or you can just pour the sauce over the top of the cooked chicken on a plate. Like, either way, you can use the sauce anytime. Now, the sauce keeps really well for a week in the fridge in a jar or a container, and you can also freeze it. So even with the corn flour in it, it freezes really well. You just have to give it a good mix as it defrosts and you heat it up. So it's quite versatile. There we go. Lots of balls, lots of balls. Right. I need one of those automatic ball rolling machines with a little conveyor belt. When I was doing this book, one of the testers, Gail, she said, Jeanette, I'm just concerned that everything's going to be nursing home food, because I had 2 ball recipes. And she was very excited when I did the beef brew. And she said, right, that's more like it. We need teeth to eat that. Big balls, little balls. Yes, Michelle. They're all varied, aren't they? Yeah, so she liked the beef brew. Once I did that recipe, she's like, okay, we're back. The reason I've done the balls is because little kids like mince. They don't like to chew things. And so when you're doing things for a family, like the cheesy chicken burgers are perfect because they're good for kids. You can do them as little nuggets, or you can do them as burgers. But it's all about texture, and you know, you want everyone to eat everything that you make. So we just, you know, do things like that, including the meat, and mince it, and everyone will eat it. That's what it's about, right? All right, walnut size fits in your mouth. Yes, Veronica. Walnut size, that's a really good way to actually look at it. Is it the size of a walnut? That's a good comparison, and they're looking pretty good. Now, you can fry these up in the pan if you want to. And then you can pour the sauce over the top and then just put the lid on them. Or you don't even have to fry them first. You can just put them in like this and pour the sauce off and do a simmer off. So whatever you want to do, it's up to you how you want to do it. Do it however you like. It's pretty versatile. My recipes are all very forgiving. Very forgiving, right? 2 more balls and we're done. And I've got 1 minute to spare. How's that? So don't tell me this recipe takes forever. I've proven that it doesn't. All right, now we're going to just scatter the capsicum on top of it, and the rest of the carrots. All right. Now, if you want your carrots to be shorter than 4 centimetres, just cut them in half. You can do them however you like. Yes, you could put them in the air fryer as well, Wendy. Absolutely. All right, let me just change up here. That's the bread that's singing out to me. Right, we've got a fairy going on there. Let's put the yogurt in and do that one now. Let's do that one. Give that a wipe. And we'll heat the yogurt through. And keeping the heat in this mixture for this bread recipe with the seeds in it makes a difference with how quickly it proves. So keep that in mind. 5 seconds, and then we can pour the sauce on, right? I haven't even turned the oven on. Hang on a second. Jeanette, you do this every time. There we go. Crank that up. Done. My oven doesn't take too long to heat up. All right. Sauce is done. Oh my gosh, it's drinkable. Just saying. Oh, so good. Now, I use malt vinegar in this, but if you're gluten-free, you can just use apple cider vinegar, or you can use rice wine vinegar, whichever. Kirsty, if anyone's going to break a recipe, it is going to be you. Okay, you found the pretty carrot cutter. Awesome. Okay, so Nicole said, how did I get my carrots like that? So you can cut the carrots up into rings, or, you know, like even these, and you can cut the edge of them. Let me do it now. I'll just do it in here. And then they've got this nice little edge on them. Can you see that? And they just look pretty. I got this. Now, I think, Raylene, it was your mum that sent me this off Temu. And she could see that I had one from Bali that I'd broken, and I was trying to find one, and I just gave up. And then Raylene's mum found it on Temu. So she sent it to me. Wasn't that lovely? All right, carrots on, lots of capsicum. You can have all the different colours of capsicum. I just got red and green today. See that? All laid in there now, right? Oh yes, we need times. I think Helen's asking times, yes. Now I can post a picture of a page. Oh, that'd be good, Nicole. Pop it into the community group where you got that from. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Now I'll pour that on in a second. We'll just go back to the bread. Yep, that's up to temperature. And I'll just put the flour in and all the seeds in and a bit of salt and bread improver. And that can work its little magic and be kneading while I'm over here pouring the sauce on. There we go. Done. Okay, knead away. I'm going to scrape all that sauce off the top there. There's not much on the top. So this only cooks for a short period of time. It's like cooking custard. It's like 9 minutes. So doing sauces is no different than doing custards. That's in my opinion anyway. All right, let me scrape all this down. So I like to push it all down first. There we go. Now you can make a double batch of the sauce. Oh, pineapple. I haven't got the pineapple on. Can't forget the pineapple, right? It is really pretty when you make it, Raylene. Absolutely. Right, this is just a tin of pineapple. I don't use a big tin, just a small tin. Right. It's about the only time everyone agrees that pineapple should go in cooking, when you do a sweet and sour, isn't that right? So this is the one in syrup. You need the one in syrup, not in juice, because you need the sweetness in the sauce, right? Saves you putting extra sugar in. So just get the pineapple in the syrup. Now we can pour it all over the top, right? So we just give it a little pour. Now it may look a bit thick when you pour it on, but remember, you're going to have liquid that comes out of the meatballs. A lot of people have said, oh, I'm not sure about it. It doesn't look thin enough to be, you know, like a sauce. I'm like, don't worry. It'll all come together. And halfway through cooking, you might just want to wiggle the balls. Wiggle the balls and give them a bit of a move so that, you know, the juices fall down around the balls. I need to stop. I need to stop. All right. It's just because I've come off going to see a comedian. Everything's got those connotations now, so all right, let's give it a dry spin. You knew I bought a tin of pineapple for some reason. Yay! Go, Louise. You're going to be making this, so you can do it with chicken mince if you want to. We did it with pork because my husband does like pork. We don't eat pork very often, but I just thought it was right that I did pork with these because I haven't had any pork in any of my recipes. So I'm like, yep, we're going to do that. Done. All right, let's have a little bit of a spin. Is there something in the oven I can smell? No. Someone's got a barbecue outside. All right, scrape that out. And you can get a little bit more out of the bowl by doing that. And then we just put it on to wash. So how easy is that? It's not difficult. So we're using the juice out of the pineapple, just your basic veggies, and then just some pork mince, an apple, you know, a little bit of onion in the bottom. So I cut the onion into thin wedges. You would have seen that in the bottom. Michelle, yeah. And then just put everything on top. That's it. So just give it a little bit of a wiggle halfway through cooking, and you might want to move things around, but the balls will start to firm up. and then they won't fall apart when you move them around, right? So let me just pop that into the oven, and then, so that cooks for around about 45 minutes, and you don't have to worry about it. You can go outside and wash the car. I love that you can do that. Now, what are we going to have with this? We're going to have rice and some green beans. I've got some beautiful green beans today, so that's what I'll serve it with tonight. Normally we'd probably have a little bit of broccoli with it. Let me give this a wash. I'll just give it a zhuzh. Speed 7 up to 10. And then I'm going to put the rice on and have that ready. There we go. So doing from 7 to 10, it washes all up into the top of the lid. And then I do reverse as well. Right, let's put some water in there for the rice. So I don't even hit it with the brush. You don't need to do that. I'm all about doing less to get more. Right, then I'll just get the simmering basket and put some rice in there, which I haven't even got out of the cupboard yet. Let me just get some rice. Here we go. And look, you can weigh this in, just put your scales in and weigh it, but I've got a pretty good eye. I sort of know how much is enough and how much is too much, right? There we go. And then we'll give it a wash, just like the quinoa in the recipe book with the sweet potato and feta quinoa salad. You're going to wash your rice like we wash the quinoa, okay? All right, we do that just for a few seconds. And I don't repeat the wash of the rice, but I do on the quinoa, because you really do need to. There we go. Bread's all done. Oh, I love that, Veronica. You made the coulis and then you made a milkshake to rinse the bowl. Good thinking. I like that. Well done. Now, some of you have noticed that I'm starting to put my lives... Oh, I just need to cook that now. So let me put that on. There we go. 17 minutes, Varoma temperature, speed 4. That's what I do my rice on all the time. I'm uploading my lives onto YouTube because Facebook are now going to take down my content, or everyone's content that's been live. They're going to take it down after 30 days. So if you don't get to watch the live on my page, you can jump over to YouTube, and I'm slowly going to be uploading all of my content onto my YouTube channel. So how am I washing the rice, Viv? It's the same as what's in the second cookbook with the quinoa. It's a little method that I just did myself because I'm lazy and I get the Thermomix to do as much as I can. So you put just over a litre of water in it, and then you sit the basket in, put your rice or your quinoa in, turn it up to around about speed 8 for 20 seconds, and that's it. And then you just keep cooking. I don't even change the water. I do not change the water, right? That's how you do it. I know some of you have been looking at my YouTube channel, found my lives on there. So I'm slowly doing that. That's one of those jobs that takes a little bit longer in time, but I can't lose my content because a lot of you go back and watch things from like 2 years ago. And when you've got friends that have got Thermomixes, you say, go and have a look at Jeanette's videos, because you'll learn heaps. And if they're not there, they're not going to learn, right? So that's what I'm doing. It's just called Thermogroovers, Jan. It's Thermogroovers Jeanette Pierce. That's what I've called my YouTube handle. There has to be a better way to upload it onto YouTube. Nicole, Facebook have made it easier for me to download the videos. But I think it depends on your speed of your internet as to how long it takes to upload them onto YouTube. It's not too bad. So I just set it, walk away from it, come back to it. So that's okay. It actually gives me the opportunity to do a little bit of editing and, organisation as well, which is really good. Oh, Trudy, you missed it again. I'm just doing this super seedy sourdough now. I'm just going to make a nice loaf, just 2 humps tonight. And then I've got sweet and sour meatballs in the oven. They're cooking, and they're the sweet and sour pork meatballs from book number 2, Way More for Your Family. Let me get my bread tin out and put it in here, and I'll get my semolina as well. I was telling someone about this yesterday. It might have been, no, it was today, Mandy, when I was talking to Mandy on the phone. I always have semolina in the cupboard because we have a pizza oven. We have an Ovana pizza oven, and you need the semolina to be able to move your pizza dough off your work surface onto the launcher. So I've always got that there. Oh, love this recipe. Can you see what I'm doing? It has, yes, it does. It has shrunk the screen inwards because YouTube, when you upload it, it's like this, whereas on Facebook it takes up the whole screen because it has different formatting, Nicole. That's why. Yeah, what's in the bowl? What have I got in the bowl? Thanks. The rest of the dough. Okay, let me scrape it out. Oh, having a moment. There we go. I'll give that a wash in a second. Thanks for that. There was a tiny little bit left in there. I would have been disappointed. Awesome, Janelle. You just found me and subscribed. Love it. Okay, let's divide this in half, and we can make them equal portions by weighing them on the Thermomix. Right, so let me just do that. And we just weigh it on top. There we go. Done. Okay, 612. And this one is $6.99, a little bit extra. Let's see how much that is. Yep, that's 50. Done. That's as easy as it gets. Yay, Wilma, you ordered the spiralizer. The spiralizer is on the mix shop, everybody. So if you didn't know that, you can jump on and order your spiralizer and have that in your kitchen before the zucchinis go out of season. Suzette, you just ordered the bread tin. Excellent. Now I'm gonna cut this little one and put it in there. I need to make it more of a nugget. Right. Make it more of a nugget so it fits in there. It's going to be a little bit tight. And I'm just going to cut the top of it. A lot of you are doing that now after I did it on my live the other week. So in the book, in the recipe book, my bread's got, you know, some grooves in the top of it. And all I did was just cut it with a knife. And there we go. So I just use my big one, right? And all you do is just run the knife through it like this. That's all you have to do. Right, pop that in there. We do this one. Make some decent cuts in it, right? And then squeeze it in there. I don't know how even that's going to be now, but there we go. We've got it in the tin. I think I've got the air conditioner on now, so I'll put the heat pack underneath it to help it prove. So the Mix Shop rewards are great, Wilma. Yes, the $15 welcome voucher. If you're not a Mix Shop rewards customer, join the Mix Shop, the My Mix Rewards program. You get a $15 welcome voucher, which you can use in the Mix Shop and put it towards your purchase, right? You have a feeling with the cyclone, fruit and veggies will go up. Oh, Michelle, I think it will do. I mean, Queensland's a bit of a food hub when it comes to a lot of things. So we have to brace ourselves for that, unfortunately. Poor farmers, they just, you know, they lose a lot of the basic, you know, stock that they have from the ground up. It's sad. Yep. All right, now, and don't fall asleep. No, that's right, Lynette. You fell asleep and forgot about your bread proving. That was funny. It was a very nice high top. Now, will I be doing a demo for the spiralizer? I can jump on and do that with you, Jan. I have not used it a lot because it's just, I don't know why I haven't used it a lot. I mean, we've had zucchinis, but I've been using them in other things, and we have them as a vegetable with our meal. So I like to do zucchini, tomato and onion and have it on our plate with our main meal. So I like to eat them like that. So I haven't actually done a lot of zoodles or spirals with them. So I'll get it out, and maybe we could do something with Let me think about that. I'll get a little bit creative with it, right? Oh, Marie, you purchased the Bakemaster dough scoring lame, $6.95 from Minimax. They look great. I think you can have some fun with those. Absolutely. Now, when do you get birthday vouchers? Mine's next Friday. Woohoo! I know, when you register for the MyMix Rewards, they get you to put in your birthday, but not your year, which I really love. And so they send you a little voucher on your birthday, which is really nice. It's lovely of them to do that. Yep. All right, that's me for tonight. I've got the rice in here cooking. And what I would do is put the beans in the varoma, right? So I'd just take the lid out and I'd sit the varoma on like that. And I'd sit the beans in there to cook the beans. Actually, I might turn the rice off and then finish cooking it. Has it been cooking for that long? No, it's just cooling down. Let's see how many minutes it's got. It's probably got like 12 minutes to go. I'll finish cooking it once the meatballs are closer to getting cooked. See, not having to heat it up again, which will be good. All right, I will see you all tomorrow night. Drink at the sink while I cook from the book. I'm not sure what I'm cooking yet. I've got it written down, but I never look at it until the day I actually have to do it. Now, if you haven't got my cookbooks, jump onto thermogroovers.com.au, download yourself a copy of either one book or both books, and then you can start making things like the yogurt. So I'm about to denature this milk. So I've just got some full cream milk, a good quality milk, and I'll get a Thermomix bowl out. And all I'm going to do is, this one's lovely and clean, nice and sparkly. I always like to clean them before I put them in the cupboard. I'm just going to denature the milk, which changes the structure of the milk so that we can turn it into yogurt. And you always have to do that with fresh milk. And then you use the maximum capacity of your bowl to make yogurt, Jeanette style. You know, we don't give away any space in the Thermomix. We use up all the space. All right, I'm going to put that on now. Get that hot so it can cool down. And then I'll put my starter in there with my milk powder and everything and get it going. But I will see you all tomorrow night. We have a drink at the sink while we cook from the book. So if you're here for the very first time, come jump on tomorrow night. I'll see you all then. Okay, catch you later, everybody. Bye.